I recently had the opportunity to visit some of Loveland's foundries and meet some of the sculptors, and it was both educational and entertaining. I want to invite you to come out to Loveland and tour the foundries. I am confident that once you do, you'll never look at a bronze sculpture the same way again.
Benson Sculpture Garden has been described as one of the most unique sculpture gardens in the nation. Each year, this public treasure draws tens of thousands of visitors from around the world. As we stroll through the parks and streets of Loveland, Colorado, we can see bronze sculptures on display all throughout our community. And art is not only plentiful and beautiful, it's an economic driver.
Art is a wonderful economic driver in Loveland and a way to bring people together for our community. Firstly, we have the largest outdoor sculpture shows in the country, as well as a huge collection of outdoor art, and that brings visitors into town, and with visitors comes new wealth. They're coming in, they're staying at our hotels, they're eating at our restaurants, they're visiting our galleries, they're coming in, they're bringing that energy into town. And so that's one of the ways that art serves as an economic driver for this community. Another way is that we support two of the largest bronze foundries in the country and several small ancillary type foundry services, and those provide employment for people with good salaries, good benefits, skilled labor, and so it pays for those people to work, but it also again supports these ancillary businesses like base makers, photographers, mold makers. So it really is exponentially important because it's not just the jobs in the foundries, but all the other businesses that it supports. And it brings new wealth to the community because we serve artists from all over the country because our bronze foundries are so successful at what they do. And when those artists come in, they engage within the community as well.
Artists come to art castings from all over the U.S. I think last year we did work for artists from 32 different states and several different countries. The process for creating a bronze sculpture is the artist will sculpt something out of clay, wood, wax, whatever medium they want to work in. Then a urethane mold will be made from the original with a plaster of Paris mother mold. We then take the mold, pour wax into it, and we build a ceramic shell around the wax. Then it goes to the pouring floor. The shells are heated to 1600 degrees Fahrenheit. The wax melts. We then reheat the shells at the same time. We're heating silicon bronze to around 2000 degrees. The shells are heated to 1600. When the metal and the shell temperature are at the right spot, the shells are placed in a sand bed, metal is poured into the shells. Once they're cool, they go into the knockout room. The pieces are sandblasted, then all those pieces are taken and TIG welded back together. And then it goes into the patina room. The patina is the color of the piece. What we do is we heat the bronze, which is 95% copper, apply different chemicals to it, and that brings out natural colors in the bronze. And on smaller pieces, the last thing we'll do is we'll attach it to a wood or a marble base and put a name tag on it.
Oh, you know, we send pieces all over the world. Some of my most notable places are the Capitol building in Washington, D.C., the Baseball Hall of Fame, several stadiums around the United States, state capitals, the Lincoln Library in Springfield, Illinois.
Sports has always been a big part of my life, so I like a lot of the sports figures we've done. We just completed the 3 Heisman Trophy winners for the University of Florida that'll go outside their stadium. We also did a very large piece for an artist named Glenna Goodacre that was 14,000 pounds. About 30 foot long, had 37 7-foot tall figures on it.
This piece is going to go to Fort Benning, Georgia. It was actually originally was done in 1909 by Frederick Remington and was given to the cavalry. The art we produce ends up all over the U.S. and basically all over the world. It goes to galleries, institutions, universities, municipalities, private collectors. We did the entryway piece to the Seminole, Florida State Seminole Stadium. It's a 21-foot tall piece that was done by Fritz White. We did a 23-foot tall elephant that's in front of the St. Louis Zoo.
So there's many ways that you can be involved in art in Loveland. I mentioned the shows. One way is to come in, visit the shows. We have many opportunities during that weekend for extra education, for seeing the art. You can spend a weekend, and there are maps available of all the art in town, not just in the park show. So that's a wonderful opportunity. We have Art Space coming into town, and we'll be working as a stakeholders group, and people can get involved with what that workspace will look like. We have shows and events that people can participate in and sign up for. We have ongoing classes in town. We have a studio walk for galleries where people coming in from out of the area and in the area can visit artists in their studio and while they're at work. And there are also ongoing studio and foundry tours that are available by appointment. And that's a way for folks to get a deeper look at what it takes to really create a piece of sculpture, because it's not just a one-step process, it's many steps, and in some cases there's up to 700 hours per one piece, so I think it gives you a really good idea when you can take a foundry tour as well, and it will supplement what you're seeing out and about in Loveland and in our galleries.
Art is so important to inspire and help spawn creativity in a community.
Foundry tours are available each week. Contact the Loveland Chamber and Visitor Center for information about dates and times. Art can be enjoyed throughout Loveland all year round. For information about Loveland's Art in Public Places program, or to request a copy of this map, contact the Loveland Museum Gallery. And be sure and mark your calendars for the second week in August, when you can participate in Loveland's Sculpture in the Park, the Sculpture Invitational, and Art in the Park Craft Show. To learn more about this weekend of art, visit the Engaging Loveland website.
Next time you're in Loveland, visit the sculpture parks, tour the foundries, or visit the annual sculpture show. And as you are out and about around the country, look for those pieces of art and sculptures created right here in Loveland, Colorado.